then to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth, but I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond in the rough. First order of biz, no snitch, and I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. The birthday got another hit, no flinch, and I tell them send a watch that I can fit both wrists. She on the class trying to get a nigga. She think I'm a last cause I got a pass with her, and I ain't trying to let her down, but I'm not. If you was trying to settle down, get a fact. Son pull up in the city with a nice jump. Lights on. Chinese throw the chicken, need a wipe to throw the rice on. Pull up double park with all the ice on. Pick 'em like, she running up, she one of them. She pay a bill, she it up. 52nd Street, I double down, then I doubled up. 2023, and I'm the only coming up, yeah.
Can't stop till we all up in. I drop with the whole world in. Rock when I do like this, it's the big black door.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond in the rough.
24 karat VVs in the stars. Rings going off like Michael with the club. Only one mobbing with designers in the thugs. When we shop African, bring a bottle full of couple platinum records later, still I got the game locked. Cut my lines fresher than Tory Lane's pop. Who got his swerve in his missing every raindrop? Hit him with that. Then they get their brain swap. Walk around like I'm nigga with the diamonds in the clock. You ain't walking on these, I got diamonds in my socks. Might be funny like I'm Biggie, but I'm riding like I'm Pop. I'm the king of your city, give a about your block. Lights on, lights off. Go on, trick it if you know that off. Deep dive and get lost. Go on, turn up if you know that you the boss.
Used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth, but I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond in the rough.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings, yeah. Ain't vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got game sport.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Listen, the past bananas, but I haven't seen it. You thought it was over, you bragging ignorance, you lack the vision. I'm sacrilegious, I feel my ratchets, you ever offended. My clearly crafted mission with crass intentions. You may have given them credit so they can save now. This ain't the end and you might as well go and lay down. Make way to witness the heights of going, I'm paid down. You pray for distance with guys like me, it's too late now. Preparation means opportunity, no? Being great, that's ambiguity, no? Too much at stake for your foolery, is it though? Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, did you know? What have I done? What are my motives? What am I thinking? What are you thinking? What's to be done? Who needs a motive? I won't be defeated. They don't want to see it, don't want to believe it, but no one will stop to the most even. I'm close to achieving my goals. I'm needing to show them everything that I believe in.
I ain't here to fight, Phil.
I got everything to lose.
Cheat codes, I'm flattered, but I don't need those.
I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you. Keep playing, I'ma show you what these hands are doing. Hold up. Beautiful tragedies happen, one for the evening, and no umbrella can shelter the way I storm on your weekends. I'm not interested, I wanna form an allegiance. I'm simply captivated on how you more my achievements. One screw away from feeling I'm gonna lose it. So who's to blame if I cultivated a movement? Stupid claims I'm a lunatic and I'm clueless, but you'll rule the day when I'm doing this for amusement. Preparation means opportunity, yes. Being great is ambiguity, yes. Too much at stake for your foolery, this a test. Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, I ain't stressed. You gonna stop me? Well, ain't that so? Ain't nothing gonna block me from the pain I know. You have no other choice but to watch me reap the flames I grow. You probably think that I'm ungodly, but I ain't that though.
But I ain't here to fight fair.
I got everything to lose.
Cheat codes and flatter, but I don't need those.
I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands will do. I ain't playing with you. Keep playing, I'ma show you what these hands will do. We ain't even. Laying cement when you daydreaming. Came needing to eat, I ain't eating in 8 weeks. And my mouth's watering like I stay teeth. And you can't reason with the animal that's loose and my brain's tweaking. You don't really know me. If you think you do get amnesia, got a problem, I'm attracting you like a mad teacher. I'm that lethal like a threat to a mass preacher. I send you up to Christ if you crossing your act easy. Preparation means opportunity, baby. Big grade is ambiguity, baby. Too much at stake for your foolery, ain't it crazy? Keep on hating, it's futile me, you won't faze me. You ain't really hard like you imagine and bragging about being toxic, but you ain't really that hazardous. Rap God, if you don't believe in me, then it's blasphemous. Everything that you are is an acronym to my adjectives.
But I ain't here to fight fair.
I got everything to lose.
Cheat codes and flatter, but I don't need those.
I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands will do. I ain't playing with you. Keep playing, I'ma show you what these hands will do.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Throwing Jones. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. And look at this Colt defense. And they played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now Jones. And that will be incomplete.
See this offense try to spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Jackson to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts are going on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. This defense for the Steelers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So here's a 3rd and 14. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the top.
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
The Colts had 4-9 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what...
Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it, and the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now. He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Carr's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. And now Carr changing the formation. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Fielded at about the 28. Powering his way forward. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ramondre Stevenson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points. Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Steelers 7, Colts 0.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Stevenson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Robert Spillane, the linebacker, there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 13-yard line.
Off play action. Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Jones. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That's how multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 59 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Carr going to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Now Jones going to change it up here. Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. They'll try and lay this out for Chosen. And he's got room. Now he's free to midfield. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders.
Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Carr now to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Elijah Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have got it back to within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Stevenson gets it again on second down, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Again, it's Stevenson, and he'll get this to the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Here we go, get set.
They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to Stevenson on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the counter, it's Stevenson. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. He finds Wilson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Luke Musgrave. As the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Myers connects on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
What now?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. Fighting his way through contact. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold the lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'd be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Kill! Right or run! 808! Get down!
Now Carr. Complete to Jones. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter. and the entire fourth.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
2nd and 10. They run once more with Stevenson, and he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 3rd and 7. Off the play fake. Jones. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Here's Jackson. And just shutting him off there. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw his car. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And here's Ryan Wright now. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And some strong running. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Shotgun now for Carr. Checks this down to Hubbard. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 70 yards on the ground for Hubbard as that last run a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And that is caught. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Mug the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Here we go.
Off play action. Jones. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Stevenson. Robert Spillane able to bring him down.
There's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And a good tackle there right around the 30, stops him short of the 1st down. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Back to throw. Jones has taken in by his big tight end. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Luke Musgrave. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Dexter Lawrence. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
11.
Running left is Stevenson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Garrett Wilson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
One down.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
11.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situation.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. Oh, what a move. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
16 yards. And the Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Down.
And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging.